This is day 144, Building a Sure Foundation. Every other week, like clockwork, I find a flyer on my doorstep. Sometimes it's from the Rock Church, sometimes from the Cornerstone Church. Competing messages, yet both echo the same idea. Build your foundation on something solid. It's a reminder, whether intentional or not, of a simple but profound truth that Jesus taught in the Sermon on the Mount. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house. And it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. A house built on a rock stands firm when the storms come. A house built on sand collapses under pressure. The meaning is clear. Your foundation determines your stability. But understanding the metaphor is one thing. Knowing how to build such a foundation in real life is another. So what exactly is a foundation? A foundation is a structure that holds everything together. It's what keeps you grounded when life tests you. You see this idea everywhere. Athletes build a foundation of discipline and training before they ever win a championship. Businesses establish core principles before they can grow and scale. Relationships thrive when built on trust and honesty, not convenience or charm. In spiritual terms, Jesus was saying that his teachings, when lived and applied, create a life capable of enduring hardship. But even if we step back from faith for a moment, the concept remains universal. Anything worth having requires a strong foundation. So how do you build one? If you want to build a foundation, not just in faith, but in anything, where do you start? Well, I think first you have to choose the right foundation. Before you start building, you need to know what you're building on. If you want a life of integrity, wisdom, or purpose, then your foundation has to reflect those values. Do you want to be honest? Build a foundation on truth. Want to be wise? Build on knowledge and experience. Do you want to be strong? Build on discipline and endurance. A foundation isn't just what you believe, it's what you commit to living by. Second, I think you have to seek truth relentlessly. A strong foundation requires depth. If you build on assumptions or shallow understanding, cracks will form. Seek wisdom from those who have walked the path before you. Mentors, scripture, history, experience. Then you should read, study, and reflect. Test what you learn. Don't just accept something because it sounds good. Dig deeper. A foundation must be proven, not just assumed. Third, I think you then have to develop habits that then reinforce your foundation. Once you know what your foundation is, you have to practice it daily. If you say you value honesty, but then lie when it's convenient, your foundation is really weak. If you want resilience but avoid discomfort, you're building on sand. Small, consistent actions shape a strong foundation. What you do every day matters more than what you intend to do. Discipline, not intention, builds strength. Fourth, I think surrounding yourself with the right people. Foundations are reinforced by community. If you're surrounded by people who compromise, you'll be tempted to compromise too. If you're surrounded by people who live with integrity, you'll be strengthened in your own convictions. Choose wisely. The people around you are either reinforcing your foundation or they're eroding it. Fifth, and this is the hard one, test under pressure. A foundation isn't truly tested until the storms actually do come. Difficulties, failures, disappointments, these moments reveal whether what you've built on can actually hold. If you compromise when you're under pressure, your foundation needs a lot of work. If you stand firm, you know that you've built on something real. No one enjoys hardship, but it's necessary. A foundation that is never tested is never proven. Sixth, you have to commit to lifelong maintenance of this foundation. A strong foundation isn't something you build once and forget about it. It requires ongoing attention. Even the strongest structures need maintenance. Reevaluate, adjust, strengthen weak spots, keep learning, keep growing. The moment you stop reinforcing your foundation, erosion begins. Final thought: it takes a lifetime. Building a strong foundation isn't quick or easy. It takes time, patience, and persistence. But the alternative, a life built on sand, is far more costly. So choose wisely. What you build on will determine what stands when the storms actually do come.